Good afternoon, Cameron University. This week we have an update on the smoke-free campus legislation. Sigma Tau Gamma Representative Tommy Smith is our guest, and CUSGA reporter Mitch takes us behind the scenes with Executive Council. All this coming up on This Week in SGA. Every week in SGA, the executive officers make sure things run smoothly. It takes a lot of dedication and work to be an executive officer. This week, CUSGA reporter Mitch Watson takes us behind the scenes to the SGA office in the Student Activities building.
This Week in Student Government usually focuses on events occurring after a weekly SGA meeting. This week, we're taking a look at the home of SGA. In the Student Activities building, 3 Student Government Association members share an office. The President, Vice President, and Treasurer of SGA each have their own desk for their operations. President Daniel Brown was caught at work in his office last week. Brown says the people who work in the office all have required office time.
Do at least 8 hours in the office a week. Julie and I, usually, for most of us, all of us, pretty much do more than 8 hours. Me, for instance, I'm in here, like if I'm not in class or grabbing some food in the union, I'm in here. Like I've been in here for the past 3 or 4 hours straight in this building, in this office, just today. And I try to be in here as much as possible so that if people come by with questions or something for student government related or anything else related on campus, I can at least try to help them out or something.
Brown said that he finds his office very comforting and will even go there occasionally after hours to work on homework. Brown shares what he usually does during his office time for SGA.
Not too much, just making sure I have things in line for the meeting coming up. Or like lately, past week or so, I've been getting a lot of emails about legislation, people actually writing legislation, asking me to review it before it goes off to legislative committee. Like I just recently revised one of the representatives who sent me one about the Shepler Center. And just, I'm not gonna lie, I'll get on Facebook, I'll check my emails, check my stocks, but I just try to be here, so if anybody needs anything, I'm here.
Brown says he welcomes students to come by the office if they have any questions regarding the Student Government Association. Wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, this is Mitch Watson reporting.
This week, the smoke-free campus legislation passed, but not without a heated debate. Here with the details is Sigma Tau Gamma Representative Tommy Smith. Welcome, Representative Smith. How long have you been in SGA?
I just started attending this semester, so at the beginning of the semester.
Okay. Why did you get involved?
I mean, we have a slot with the fraternity because it's a very important organization. Mm-hmm. But more than that, the SGA does a lot of things, and it has no full responsibilities. It has a lot of influence.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the smoke-free campus legislation. It went into first reading last night, but we had a small preview about it last week. What is it about?
It's basically banning smoking everywhere on campus property. Anything that's owned, operated, or leased by the Cameron, which is to include the village.
Okay. It also includes CU campus in Duncan?
Yes.
Okay. What happened last night at the meeting?
They went into a first reading of it where they went through things, and there's a time for questioning where a lot of good points and some bad points came through, and then it was rushed into a vote directly after that, and that's why it's passed and being sent up to the administration for review now.
So now what do you mean rushed into a vote? How does that work? You
can make a motion to suspend the rules and go to a vote, or suspend the rules and hold the reading. Last time it was actually, it was read and they suspended the rules because they wanted to make sure that it was a collection of what the student body wanted, rather than just the individuals that were there.
Okay.
So that they took the time to go get the representatives. And I think what happened is people just got tired of the bill and wanted to see it go. And I think that's why it rushed in, and there's really no other answer for it.
Okay. Now before it went to a vote, they went to debate.
Yes.
What happened during the debate?
During a debate, you get some time basically talk about good things and bad things, and it's a one last chance to try and influence people's opinion. During the debate, there was a lot of good points raised in proponency of the bill, and then a lot of good points raised on opponency of the bill. So,
what were some good points raised?
For the bill, I mean, there's definitely a problem. The smoking campus smoking, it's just cigarette smoking and cigar smoking. It's not smokeless tobacco or chew. But it's a broken policy, and because there is no policy, there's a state policy saying don't smoke within 25 feet of the door, but the school has absolutely no policy going forward. The bad point of it is is that you're going from absolutely no policy, which is going to inherently have problems, to banning it. And it's kind of like trying to kill a housefly with a hand grenade. There's steps and to where you can come to some sort of a compromise. I understand the bad things, but I mean, I think by just jumping straight to ban it is just a bad idea, and rushing to try and solve a problem with too much measure.
Okay. And were these some of the points raised by you, because you were in the debate, right?
Yeah, I was in the debate and opponency, and it's not that I'm an advocate of smoking at all, but I am an advocate of students' rights, and there is a sizable portion that do smoke on campus, that pay the same fills and or same fines and tuition to get on campus, and they're wanting to give them an extra $50 fine. For broke college kids, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for me, and I think that there's another way to go about it, with designated smoking areas, of enforcing policy, and seeing if that works, and seeing if that really does make everybody on campus happy. And if it does, then there's no need to banish it. If it does, then you can ban it and move forward, but other steps should be taken before jumping to an end result.
Okay, so that was the opponency side.
Yeah.
What did the proponency side say?
The proponency side is that secondhand smoke is very dangerous. And they quoted that the population, 53,000 deaths happen a year due to secondhand smoke, and for whatever reasons. I mean, that's a good point to raise, but I mean, I can't talk about a whole lot about proponency because I was against the bill passing through. It could be solved if there was designated smoking areas off the, out of people's walkways and things like that. The lack of any structure at all is what's causing a problem.
Right. So the bill did pass. So
Yes.
they're sending it through to administration that they want a smoke-free campus. How do you think that the student body is going to respond to this?
I think, and it's kind of a sad thing, because you have a lot of student body that's involved, but then you have a very large portion that isn't involved. Cameron's one of the most diverse colleges in Oklahoma. So you have students ranging in all ages, from all walks of life, and a lot of them, either for whatever reasons, don't come because they don't have time and things like that, and I really don't think they're being represented. There was some person went and talked to the whole liberal arts department that was for this bill. The entire liberal arts department said that they're against it, and that person dropped off the bill for supporting the bill. So I mean, I think, I hope there's not any backlash, but I mean, I do think that it will cause some at least make people mad at the very least.
Right, so. And I think it's a very two-sided issue, and some people are going to agree and some people are going to disagree. So I think it's very interesting that it went to debate last night, and we'll just have to see what happens in the future. Do you have any plans yourself to write any future legislation?
No, not so much. I think mostly, I mean, my opinion is the campus is running very smoothly, and the things that you could do to make it better, cost money. And there's a lot of budget cuts going on right now with the economy and state budget cuts. They're cutting like 3% every couple months. So I don't think anything really right now is that pertinent.
Okay. Now, as the Sigma Tau Gamma representative, is there anything that you want to see personally happen in SGA this year?
Sigma Tau Gamma specifically would like to see, not just us, but all the Greeks have more funds allocated so that we can do more events and have a bigger presence supporting the school. And that costs money. But I mean, we just want to be involved with student government because it's a very important organization.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today, and we really loved hearing your opinion.
Thanks for having me.
That's all the time we have left for today. Tune in next week for more news from the Student Government Association. Please be sure to check out CUTV on YouTube by going to youtube.com and searching CU Internet TV. On behalf of everyone here at CUTV and for This Week in SGA, I'm Amanda Finch.